So hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to solve the problem minimum number. So you are given an array of n elements. In one operation, you can pick two indices I and j such that array is greater than or equal to array j and replace the value of array I with array I minus array j. You have to minimize the values of array after performing any number of such operation. So let's understand the problem. So first thing that we have is if array is greater than array j, replace array I with array I minus array j. Okay. Secondly, we have to minimize the value of array. Okay. So let's understand like with an example. Let's say we have 3, 2, 4. Okay. So I know, let's say I take 3 and 2 from this array. So I know array is greater than or equal to array. That is 3 is greater than or equal to 2. So I will say 3 you should become 3 minus 2 because they have said array minus array j. It will become 1, it will become 2. Now similarly 2 is greater than 1. So I will say 2 you should become 2 minus 1. So it will become 1. Okay. Now 1 is greater than or equals to 1. 1 you should become 1 minus 1. That means it will become 1 minus 1. It will become 0. 0, 1. Now 1 is greater than 0. Now it doesn't matter because if I take 1 is greater than 0, so it will become 1 minus 0. It will always remain 1 as it is. So that means 0 and 1 is final. Now let's take 4 again. Now if I take this 4, now I will say obviously this 4 can be compared with 1. So I will compare. So I will say okay 4 is greater than 1. So it will become 3. 3 is greater than 1. It will become 2. 2 is greater than 1. It will become 1. 1 is greater than equal to 1. It will become 0. So I will say at the end minimum value will be 1. Obviously, we have to actually minimum value. They don't want minimum value. They want the maximum value. We have to minimize the maximum value because we have 0, 1, 0. Out of the maximum is 1. So that much minimum I can get. I can get no more minimum than that. Okay. So that is the question. So how can we approach the question? Okay. So let's understand the intuition. First thing, we can see that what? Just see this code and tell me what it is. Yes, Euclid algorithm. Okay, Euclid algorithm. What is Euclid algorithm? Okay, let me tell you. So Euclid algorithm is a way to find the GCD. Like if I have GCD A comma B, what happens if I want to find the GCD of A comma B? Euclid algorithm says if A is greater than B, then replace greater A is equal to A minus B. Else if B is greater than is equal to A, B will become B minus A. So I will say within the question they are asking for array. Array greater than is equals to array. They replace array with array minus array. That is bigger minus smaller. So I will say this is the same thing. Euclid algorithm is same copy paste here as in the question, but with a difference. We have Euclid algorithm for two numbers, but here we are asking for many numbers like n numbers. Array is a n numbers. Huh? So we are applying same things that if A is greater than is equals to B, like array with greater than is equals to array, you can say greater than equal to as well. So A will become A minus B. That is greater number will become A minus B. If B is greater than is equals to A, B will become B is equals to B minus A. This is the Euclid algorithm. So I will say if this algorithm can be applied for two numbers, that means if I get the GCD of two numbers, it will be applied like this. So if I get GCD of three numbers, it will be similar to apply like this, whatever we want. Okay. So let's understand if let's say we have 3, 5. Okay. Now, if I find GCD of 3, 5, it will be 1. Okay. What will be the hidden implementation? Hidden implementation will be 5 will be greater than 3, it will become 2 because 5 will be 5 minus 3, 2. Similarly, 3 will be greater than 2. 3 will become 3 minus 2, that is 1. Okay, 1, 2. Now, similarly, 2 will be greater than 1, it will become 1, 1. And then 2 minus 1, that will become 1. Now, 1 will be greater than is equals to 1, it will become 1, 0. And add then we are left with 1. So, this is the GCD. This is the GCD that we want. Okay, so this is for two numbers. So, you know that whatever we want can be applicable for two numbers if I apply the GCD of these two numbers. Okay. And let's say I change this test case to three numbers. Okay. So GCD will be again 1. So if I apply this same thing, 3 will be greater than 2. If I apply this, this will become 1. Now 2 will be greater than 1, it will become 1, 1. 1 will be greater than 1, it will become 0, 1, 5. Now 5 will be greater than 1, it will become 4. It will become 3, it will become 2, it will become 1, it will become 0. Because 2 will be greater than 1, 1 will be greater than is equals to 1. So like this. So at then we are only remaining with the 1. So that means question clearly boils down to finding the GCD of n numbers. If you find the GCD of these all n numbers, you got the answer. So let's try to code up the approach. Now, what we will do, initially g is equals to 0, GCD 0. Okay. Now we will traverse I is equals to 0, I less than I plus plus, and we will say g is equals to colon GCD. Inbuilt GCD function is g comma area. That means GCD for all numbers I am getting and add then return g. This is the question. So obviously what we are doing, area greater than is equals to area j, replace this. So I will say this is Euclid algorithm for two numbers. If Euclid algorithm for two number gives the GCD of a and b is given by GCD of a and b, that means for 3, 4 numbers, it will be given by GCD of A, B, C, D, E, like this. Okay. So let's try to compare in the code and check whether it's working fine. Okay. So let's submit the code. Yes. So it's totally working fine. So if you like the explanation, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a nice